Look at the beautiful blue sky. It's the 13th of December now, the sun. I thought rather than drive and park, I'm going to walk into town. So a little bit of extra training, and I've got my bags in my pockets for the carrying, because it also means carrying stuff back, which my wrist, something's not quite right with my wrist again, not quite sure. I need to look up the meaning. Anyone know the meaning? I know knees are inflexibility. Not quite sure about wrist, because it's a long time since I've had issues with my wrist. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of carrying anyway. So to get there, I have to go uphill, and then it's all downhill. And coming back, it's slow, steady uphill, and then sharp downhills. But one of the things that I was talking about was Asian walking. So I thought I'd demonstrate some. Right, we're a minute in. I'm walking up a hill. So so the incline means I'm slightly out of breath, but I'm still being able to talk. Doing this for 3 minutes is what is meant by Asian walking. So let's find little things on the way on. Someone's dropped. I keep finding things that people have dropped. This is all broken. It's a necklace, but I could clean it up for that person and then put it up on the web thing. No one's claimed the earring that I found. If no one ever claims them, I just upcycle them in to art and things. So it's recycled. So we're a little bit flatter. So we want to walk a little bit faster. That's 1 minute. If you're walking and you're listening, maybe you can be doing this with me. So how does everyone feel about Christmas shopping? Was my question I thought I would pose to you. I was going to do this as live, but I thought no, I'll just do a video. And I can pause it, perhaps, if I need to. For crossing roads, you don't necessarily need to be watching me crossing the roads. So, keeping that breath up. Christmas. I have seen so much for Thriftmas. Hashtag Thriftmas. Thrifting. And my daughter says this is a very word of American. We would call it bargain hunting over here in the UK, or charity shop raiding. But basically, it's this rage of, which I'm all for, I have to say, for taking something that someone no longer energetically aligns with, and for upcycling it into something that's energy is renewed, according to Feng Shui. And obviously I cleanse the products with the energy as well. I love to do this. I tend to make my own Christmas presents, as you know, and I think my family appreciate the time and effort. To be honest, it does take a lot of time and effort. It is so much quicker and easier to just go buy something or give someone money. But for me, because money in the past was an issue and I was showing myself abundance in different ways, my talents were how I was utilising that. The sun's going to be wearing, I love that sun, that winter sun, but when you're driving, not so great when you're short like me. So they are made with love and care. You can put the energy into them, you know what's going into them. So I have spent money on stuff, as you know, if you watch my unboxing video. Birdies. Let's just get to the top of the hill. And we're on 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes of uplift. That literally hill walking for the 3 minutes. We've done our Asian Pilates, which is about perfect timing because it's about to level out at the top of the hill and then we'll be going down. So we want to slow the breath down for 3 minutes. Stop. Jesus. have to say, post note, when you are becoming sensitive to energies, which I am and have been for, well, since my teens really, an evolving journey, which I'm sure you've heard me talk about before, but I become very sensitive to all frequencies of things. So chemicals, I could smell the mould in the bathroom, and my partner said, there's nothing in there, for weeks before they noticed where it was. But I could physically smell it. My senses knew it was there. They wouldn't believe me until they found it. Of course they did then. So yeah, anyway, so making, what was we saying, making presents as opposed to buying them can take up a lot of time. It's actually sometimes a little bit more expensive as well, and so it helps to all year round to be collecting and gathering stuff, which is one of the things I do as well. So I'll find maybe there's a pretty box and I'm like, oh, I can decorate that, I can personalise that, or a nice bowl I see that needs a little bit of love. So there are little bits and pieces you can do. So if you Google thrifting gifts, loads of videos of other people will come up and you'll be able to see lots of ideas. But here's some of my favourites, things that I do and have done. So homemade lip balms, homemade body butters that are vegan friendly, both. So obviously I bought containers for this. I saved and washed containers and painted and decorated containers in the past. I'm going to change it up each year. Candles, homemade candles. I've started fire starters, which they're a big thing at the moment. I have that on the list for those that I know that have open fireplaces, so that when they're like a little candle that you put in the fire and you can light, and then add the smell and the aroma for the room that's non-toxic for the environment and for the person and for pets, with all those things in mind. I haven't given away, but I do tend to make, and it might be a nice gift for someone you know that likes cleaning, is homemade cleaning products. And what's the other one? We do that stuff. Oh, homemade vegan chocolates that I've decorated. Last year we did Turkish delight, although we cheated with the vegan Turkish delight. That bit was bought and coated them in chocolate. Planning on doing, and I'll let you know how it goes, whether we do this, whether it's a bit too ambitious, but some marshmallow. I would like to do vegan marshmallow, because actually marshmallow, proper traditional marshmallow, is vegan. It's not made with the gelatine. But you can do other forms of mellow with vegan gelatine and different peptins that set, for example, and I'm used to say this, but the hawthorn berry has got high peptins, sets like the jelly. So certain things, with obviously the ketchup would have been a nice one. That never lasts long, and it's so labour intensive to make it for everybody, would be a lot of foraging, and I don't over forage. So we'll see, maybe some little pots next year. That's already gone, that batch I made. Same with the chestnut flower as well. But for future, now I'm kind of getting with those processes, there are ideas that you could put in. You could make some homemade crackers. Biscuits is another one we've done in the past. And this time of year, if you've got the what's the UK Wild Foods, he does a video finding the right Douglas fern and cookies and the recipe to make that. Who else is really good? Home is Where the Heart is one of my favourites. That couple. are brilliant. They've got a book utilising things that people would not ordinarily do for themselves, because of the time it takes, and they're all, so if you've gone out and you've laboured for them, it's a labour of love. Yeah, so whole homemade potpourri, so all things that I've given prior in a homemade tea and tea bags, bath bags. You've seen a few of those on my channel, I think. So they're all things that you could utilise. But as I was saying on Thursday, writing a letter, the fence has fallen down, writing a letter and writing handwritten letter of all of the things you love about that person and putting it in a lovely frame or something, or as photo frames, decoupaging photo frames. That's one on my list for this year, or maybe not decoupage, but decorating some to give them the uniqueness and to match that person and what that person likes. So it could be that that person's older, they like floral. If it's for a gentleman, more masculine sort of colours and what they're into, I don't know, like golf and tennis or that type of thing. So just a few ideas. So Christmas shopping, and obviously there's loads out there, and if you want to buy the traditional, obviously I've got my link. It's on my Nature Fan Love Live Lead page, and it should be on there if you're in Instagram. Links in the bio. If you go to my link tree, it's got all of my social media posts, and just get bitten the little gnats. Then the Neil Shard is on there, and I believe they've still got discounted stuff for Christmas. I can't remember the date. I did put it on my post, but I can't remember it offhand. So I'm always looking more ferns. Oh, I love the smell. Yeah, so hopefully that helps, and you can go and, I mean, I've bought oils from there to make up some homemade bits. The blend, as I was talking about, doing for the cleaning for December. Not yet come through for January. I need to sit down and see what comes up. It just randomly will come, and some of the things kind of tail over what the suggestions are. The mushrooms have been a strong thing. That's another thing. I was using dried mushrooms, porcellini mushrooms, and looks like a dog's been digging out of the garden there. I think it's for the alleyways. These are perfect, but just thought I would see how you are. Oh gosh, we're on 13 minutes. On the 13th, perfect time then, a reminder to finish up. So I hope some of my ideas might help you and take stress out of Christmas. And I'm really hoping that if you're following along with the wellness countdown through Christmas, it's to give you 5 minutes of movement to help de-stress, but also 5 minutes of knowing, right, I've got my 5 minutes little workout that I've done, so you can go to yourself, okay, I've done that, I've actually spent some time and moved my body. I didn't have time for the gym and all the strength training, and as I've said, the technology, if you'd been walking with me for the whole of this video and you've elevated a little bit of your heart rate, we've come down with the heart rate, and then we've picked up huge blackbirds and 2 magpies for joy. I love how we have, and there's something to be said about, in England we are very lucky. In a lot of the suburbs we have areas of greenery, even through towns and houses and built up areas, there's still lots of trees. So if I don't see you again, or if you're not following along, I hope you have a beautiful Christmas and New Year, and I hope all of my vlogs serve you in some way. If they do, please comment below, let me know what you do, what you've tried, and if you're going to try one, and I invite you to join me on New Year's Day for my live stream. It's a free class, and I will invite you to join on January the 12th for our class when it resumes on my Patreon. Price of a coffee shop visit. What's your health worth to you is what I ask. There's certainly lots that I created in there to support you, and if that resonates, then come along. Blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day in your now moment.